Welcome to the Killer Innovation Show, the longest continuously produced podcast in history. Each week, Phil McKinney brings you the insights and strategies to amplify your creativity and innovation skills. Here's your host, Phil McKinney.
Every breakthrough discovery in human history began with someone willing to step into the unknown. While others saw the edge of the map and stopped, explorers saw an invitation to discover something extraordinary. This isn't just about physical exploration. It's a powerful mindset that separates true innovators from those who simply follow the crowd. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to develop an explorer's mindset and use it to uncover new opportunities others don't even see. Now, the explorer mindset isn't just about being curious. It's about deliberately choosing to venture into unknown territory when every instinct in your body tells you to stay safe. Think about the first humans who decided to cross an ocean without knowing what lay beyond the horizon. They weren't just brave, they possessed a fundamental belief that the unknown held possibilities worth discovering. But we've lost that inherent drive to explore. Despite the endless opportunities for discovery, our world today is paradoxically designed to suppress our natural explorer instincts. As children, we constantly pushed boundaries and asked why. But somewhere along the way, many of us lose this drive to explore. This loss is particularly visible inside of organizations where innovation is needed the most. Teams default to established solutions rather than exploring new possibilities. Decision makers prioritize predictable outcomes over potential breakthroughs. The pressure to deliver quick results discourage the deep questioning that leads to what I call true, genuine innovation. The symptoms of this loss appear in many different ways. You may have heard these within your current organization or organizations that you observe from the outside. These include defaulting to best practices without really questioning their relevance, viewing uncertainty as a risk to be eliminated rather than an opportunity to explore, choosing familiar paths even when they repeatedly fall short, and rushing to answers before fully understanding the problem or the question, and treating past experience as a constraint rather than a springboard. Technology, ironically, can accelerate this loss of wanting to explore. Algorithms feed us with information that we already know and like, creating comfort bubbles that shield us from the unknown. This instant availability of information can make us lazy explorers, content with service-level understanding rather than deep discovery. But can we harness a mindset that embraces the unknown and values curiosity over certainty? My research on successful innovators and entrepreneurs revealed 3 key characteristics that predict their success and how anybody can cultivate this explorer mindset. So let's walk through these. Number 1, seeing uncertainty as an invitation. While most people see uncertainty as a warning sign, those with the explorer mindset see it as an invitation. They understand that the greatest opportunities often lie in unexplored territories. When everybody else backs away from ambiguity, they lean in. They ask, what might be possible? I once worked with a tech executive who exemplified this perfectly. When cloud computing was still considered highly risky and unreliable, she saw beyond the uncertainty. Instead of focusing on the potential problems, she asked, what if this changes everything about how businesses operate? That question led to her team developing one of the first enterprise cloud solutions years ahead of any competition. So, how do you learn this? How do you practice this? The daily unknown challenge is one way. Build your comfort with uncertainty through small, deliberate changes to your routine. So for each day of the week, try this. Change your route. Breaking your usual path forces your brain to stay present and notice new details. Or 2, modify your schedule. Shift the timing of activity challenges, your assumptions about when things should happen. Don't get up at the same time. Don't do certain meetings always at the same time. Modify your standard stock schedule. Number 3, engage differently. Speak with new people exposes you to perspectives you wouldn't normally encounter. Talk to the person in front of you in the line at the grocery store or at the restaurant. 4, tackle tasks differently. Finding new approaches to routine tasks exercises your creative problem-solving muscles. Now, if you've gone through this, sit back and reflect at the end of each day by noting what felt uncomfortable. What did you notice? And what possibilities emerged? This builds your awareness of how uncertainty leads to discovery. The second of the 3 characteristics, questions as tools for discovery. The explorer mindset prioritizes questions over answers. If you've been a long-time listener, I know you're probably surprised by my emphasis on questions. While others rush to solve problems with existing knowledge, explorers pause to ask deeper questions. They understand that the quality of our questions determines the quality of our discoveries. Consider this contrast. When faced with declining sales, most managers will immediately ask, how do we sell more? But someone with an explorer mindset, they might ask different questions, such as, what are our customers trying to achieve that we haven't just recognized? What if our entire approach to the market needs rethinking? What possibilities emerge if we look at this problem differently? What assumptions are we making about our business model? So how do you practice this? One is doing question mapping. Transform how you approach challenges by developing richer questions. So take 15 minutes to map out your questions in expanding concentric circles. The first is really the surface questions. Begin with the obvious to establish your current understanding of the situation. That's your inner circle. The next circle is deeper questions, challenging your assumptions to uncover hidden patterns and where there might be some new opportunities. 3, ask transformative questions. The next circle out on the rings. Imagine fundamental changes that could reshape the entire landscape. And then 4, the integration questions. This is the outer ring, connecting insights across all the different rings to generate new possibilities. And what's the third characteristic of a discovery mindset? Comfort with discomfort. Perhaps this is the most crucial aspect of the explorer's mindset. It's really developing that genuine comfort with being uncomfortable. This isn't about being fearless or crazy. It's about recognizing that discomfort is the price of discovery. I remember working with a pharmaceutical researcher who admitted that his most significant breakthrough came when he stopped trying to avoid dead ends. As he said, quote, every failed experiment taught me something new about the problem. The moment I started seeing setbacks as data points rather than failures, everything changed. So how do you practice this? The assumption archaeological dig is one way. It's about uncovering and challenging the hidden beliefs limiting your thinking. So the steps to follow is 1, list your assumptions. Write down everything you think you know about the situation. This creates awareness of your mental limitations, your mental boundaries that you've established. 2, question the origins. Trace where each assumption came from to understand, is it really still valid? 3, challenge the beliefs. Test each assumption by asking what would happen if it were not true. And 4, explore alternatives. Generate new possibilities based on challenging your core assumptions. Now, we've covered the 3 characteristics, and that's a lot to cover, and it's probably hard to remember if you're driving in a car or watching this, doing something else. So, stay to the end, and I'm going to share with you how you can download the Guide to Building an Explorer Mindset, and it documents all these exercises. Now, we talked about the 3 characteristics, but the Explorer Mindset, it's not all roses. There are pros and cons when it comes to the Explorer's mindset. While the Explorer Mindset is powerful, it's important to understand its challenges and the potential pitfalls. And understanding these challenges help us navigate the Explorer Mindset effectively. The first up, the balance challenge. People with strong Explorer mindsets can sometimes get so caught up in discovering new possibilities, they struggle to focus on execution. This manifests in several ways. Constantly starting new initiatives without completing existing ones, or difficulty transitioning from exploration to implementation, or resistance to standardization or routine, even when necessary, or overlooking incremental improvements in pursuit of breakthroughs. You have to balance. The key is learning to balance exploration with execution, knowing when to push into new territory and when to stop and build on what you found. This often requires developing clear criteria for when to explore versus when to exploit knowledge. The second downfall or risk with Explorer Mindset is the communication gap. Explorer Mindsets people often struggle to communicate their vision to others who don't share their comfort with uncertainty. This can lead to frustration when others don't see the same possibilities, or difficult building support for innovative ideas, or team members feeling left behind or confused, or just flat out resistance from stakeholders who prefer certainty. They want to know what that predictable outcome is going to be. Learning to bridge this communications gap is crucial for turning discoveries into real-world innovations, to have real-world impact. This means developing the ability to translate exploratory thinking into concrete terms others can grasp and support. The third trap, the overwhelm area, becoming overwhelmed. People with Explorer mindset can sometimes be mentally overwhelming. They'll feel it. They see too many possibilities at once, or difficulty filtering signal from noise, or analysis paralysis from considering too many options or too many angles, or mental exhaustion just from constant questioning. Success requires developing methods to manage this cognitive load, knowing when to narrow focus and when to expand it, when to diverge thinking and when to converge thinking. They have to have systems to capture and organize insights for later exploration. The fourth challenge with the explorer's mindset is the credibility challenge. In organizations that value predictability, those with the explorer mindset may face credibility challenges, being seen as unfocused or impractical, or having their methods questioned when they differ from industry accepted norms, or struggling to get resources for exploratory projects, or facing criticism about the value of their approach. Overcoming this requires learning to balance exploratory thinking with practical demonstration of value and building a track record that justifies continued exploration. But okay, we've got these challenges. Can you overcome them? But can we overcome these challenges? Yes. Exploring explorer mindset isn't about dramatic transformation. It's about consistent, deliberative practice. It's about changing how we react. And like any skill, it grows stronger through regular exercise and weakens through neglect. Now, I'm going to give you the following framework. It provides you a structured way to build this explorer mindset into your weekly routine. So here's your weekly schedule. Monday, do a daily unknown challenge. Start your week by pushing your comfort zones. Choose one small change in your routine and observe how it affects your thinking and perspective. This sets a tone to openness to new experiences for the rest of the week. On Wednesday, we're going to do question mapping. So this is a midweek exercise. It's about reflection and exploration. It helps you to pause and examine your current challenges differently. Take a problem you're facing and map out questions that probe deeper than your initial assumptions. This practice prevents you from falling into kind of that automatic cycle of problem-solving mode. And on Friday, do an assumption dig. End the week by doing deeper analysis, and it's a perfect timing to challenge what you've expected as given throughout the week. Examine one situation where you felt stuck and uncover the assumptions that might be holding you back. This practice often reveals weekend insights that can be implemented the following week. And then on Sunday, review and plan. Integrate those learnings and prepare for the next week. You need to make this a deliberative part of your exercise. Look back, when you go back on a Sunday and look back at what you discovered through your practices and identify one key insight to carry forward and choose your focus for the upcoming week. It's about this practice, keeping up with it, doing it on a regular basis. And then prioritize based on what you found the most valuable. Where did you find the most valuable discoveries? Keep the focus on one practice at a time and master it before adding others. Mastery doesn't mean perfection. It means the practice feels natural and that you're consistently gaining insights from it. You might spend several weeks on the Daily Unknown Challenge before adding the question mapping to your routine. This gradual approach ensures each practice becomes a genuine tool for discovery rather than just another item on your to-do list. But skills and knowledge alone will not guarantee your success. Start small, but start today. Pick one area of your life or work where you've been avoiding uncertainty. Instead of trying to eliminate that uncertainty, approach it with an explorer's curiosity. Ask yourself, what might I discover here that I couldn't see before? Remember, the goal isn't to become fearless in the face of the unknown. It's to become curious about what the unknown might teach us. After all, every great discovery in human history began with someone willing to step into that uncertainty with the exploring mindset. You know what's amazing? We've just scratched the surface of what the explorer mindset can do for you. If you're ready to dig deeper, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to join me as we do a whole series on mindsets. And we're going to be going into deeper and deeper that'll transform how you think and how you innovate. But do you want to even go even deeper? Join our community of innovators and explorers by supporting us over on Patreon. If you are a Patreon member supporting this channel, I want to say thank you. If you're not, join, because over there you can download that guide to building Explorer Mindset, made available to all the supporters on Patreon, which captures everything, including the details of the exercises that we just talked about. The link to the Patreon page is in the description. With Patreon, you'll get exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and direct access to the live stream events that I'll be doing from my personal private innovation studio here in Colorado, where we explore ideas together with our Patreon supporters. You will also get access to the Innovators community over on Discord. That's relatively new. We used to have it on a different platform. We just moved it to Discord. So head over to the link in the description to learn more about Patreon and how to support us. Until next time, keep exploring, Your next great discovery is just around the corner. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, how about sharing it with somebody who might need a little push to embrace uncertainty? Sometimes we all need that gentle nudge to step into the unknown. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Podcasting nonstop since 2005, this has been the Killer Innovation Show on the Innovators Network.